I'm afraid I had to abandon this project. Rescuing animals of all sorts. It has not been as enjoyable. My life is exciting, isn't it? Two pencils and I go bonkers. If you've watched my last video, you saw me start this canvas. But even if you're new here, all you need to know is that it was lying around my studio for some time when I was trying to play with different textures. When I picked it up again, I thought I had a clear idea of what I want to do with it. I had certain expectations of myself, and once again, like many times before, I fell for it. What do I mean? I mean the fact that every time I approach a canvas with a clear idea, it turns out to be a disaster of sorts. And this one is no exception. The so-called rejects happen from time to time, and one of the main reasons for that is my mind. I feel I cannot think when being creative. At least I mustn't approach the work with a fixed idea in my head, for it usually looks much better there than on the outside. So this vlog is slightly different from my previous ones, and I truly hope you can stick with me this time as I'm navigating through the failure, struggle, and trying to find joy in creating once again. Right, everyone, I had to move one of the tables down here, downstairs from my studio up there because of the heat. And anyway, just for the ease of working, really, I need to feel comfortable also when I'm working on anything creative, and when I'm not comfortable, it shows, of course. I decided to make this corner, which normally is for dogs. This is their sleeping corner, to kind of invade their space, if you like, but I'm sure they don't mind. They just have to work alongside me. We have 4 dogs, 3 big girls and 1 smaller guy, and all rescue, by the way, because there's a great need in Portugal rescuing animals of all sorts. So we have four dogs right now. Plus, obviously, there is this spirit of our beautiful Suki, who's no longer with us in her physical form, but her spirit is always with us. And I have also painted a few of her paintings in her body, in her physical beauty. She was with us, so she's with us and she's guarding us, overlooking what we're doing and making sure we are not up to any mischief, let's say, although we are. Anyway, so this is it. So this should be sufficient for me throughout the summer. And what, as you've been saying, I've been working on this canvas, which is still not done. It's right here in front of me, and I'll be continuing with it shortly. But first, I was going to show you as well. I got some more stuff, paints and little bits and bobs, um, thanks to your kind donations, let's say, or appreciation of my work through coffee. If you feel inclined to do so, I will leave the link in the description below, so check it out. There's also a membership possibility there for monthly high resolution downloads, which you can be part of. But you can buy me coffee or tube of paint or whatever you feel I deserve, let's say. Okay, but here we are. This time I stuck with Amsterdam brand because I do like the pigment, and the thickness of the paint is not too thick, it's not too thin, let's say, and the colors are quite great, I have to say. So I got myself some, and let me put the glasses on because again, I'm blind as a bat without them. So I got myself burnt umber, which I didn't have at all, and phthalo blue, more Payne's grey, but I have the Amsterdam Payne's grey. As you might remember, I got myself before a bigger tube of Payne's grey, but that's Berbel brand, which is very different actually. The Pebble one turns more blue, which I really like. I like the shape, but the Amsterdam brand is really great. While I was working on this abstract, I realized all of a sudden I had a bit of a panic because, oops, I realized that I ran out of yellow. I thought I had plenty of yellow, but I realized there's almost nothing left. So I got myself 2 different shades, different types of yellow. And this one is Azo Yellow Lemon, which is very light, quite cold color. And this one is cold as well, and that's a primary yellow. So we'll see how that goes. Both supposed to be semi-transparent. Then 2 pencils. I know, my life is exciting, isn't it? 2 pencils and I go bonkers. But these are 6B. Right, hello again. I'm afraid I had to abandon this project, at least for now, because I just couldn't get into the flow. I've been putting layer upon layer upon layer with no result. And it happens sometimes, and when it does, I just have to let it be. Sometimes the paintings sit abandoned for months. I eventually will come back to it, but right now it seems a bit impossible to continue. So, and one of the reasons, obviously, is the heat and it's the summer. I used to love summer. It was my favorite season, I suppose. Especially when I lived in the UK because there was hardly any summer. So when it came, it was great. But and as a child, of course, when I spent lots of time at my grandmother's, and yeah, I just did. I was free really. So I think that's what summer um, meant for me, and it was the freedom. And however, in recent years, it has not been as enjoyable. I used to love the summer. It was great. We used to do all sorts of things, and the heat didn't kind of discourage me much in the past. However, as of 2022, when we suffered a huge fire here, there was a massive fire in Portugal in the area I live in, and that kind of changed everything. Slowly, bit by bit, it didn't come suddenly as a huge revelation. It was more of a trickle, you know, one drop at a time, if you like. That's when we started to think of moving somewhere else. And it's been 4 years now. It took us 2 years to kind of decide for sure that we don't want to stay in Portugal. So instead of this canvas, I've been filming it, but then I was looking back at the footage and I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Honestly. And that's been like hours and hours spent at this canvas. But nonetheless, no time is wasted while having fun. And I was having fun with it until I haven't. And then I said, no, that's it. I can't do more of that right now. So what I'm going to be doing instead, and it's time anyway, because it's almost end of June, and I don't know how it happened, really. I feel this year is really fast. It's going very fast. I turn around and it's Monday again, and I don't know where those past 7 days have gone. Do you feel the same? Are you feeling this speed, or the pressure? Are you feeling it as well? Let me know. Let me know what it's like for you. I'd like to know, really. I hope I'm not the only one who feels like that, because it would be quite sad and scary. So, I've come back to my handmade journal for the year, and it's time for another page to be filled. I'm going to enjoy the process as much as I can, and I'll try not to think of the heat. Mind you, today. The tarot card I drew for the month of June is the High Priestess. She represents divine feminine, intuition, mystery, and subconscious mind. She urges us to pause, go inwards, and trust our gut instincts more than relying solely on logic. And yes, June has been unfolding quite in the spirit of this card. Not that long time ago, I received a comment from someone saying tarot comes from the devil. I'm afraid I do not believe in such things. Tarot, for me, is a tool. It makes me aware of my intentions I might carry. It shows me possible outcomes, themes of the day. It is a purely intuitive process for me working with these cards. I suppose we all have our beliefs, our preferences, call it what you might, but we should all be respectful of others and their choices without judging them based on our beliefs and on what we feel is right and correct. Love, empathy, respect, gratitude, and caring is what truly matters in today's world, at least to me. This painting, this page, has allowed me to come back to myself, at least for a while. No expectations, no performance, no clear plan to fulfill. That's all I needed, and I am very grateful for this small art journal for its open arms and blank pages, waiting for me to return month after month, filling one page at a time. Thank you for being here with me as always, your support and connection. Sending you all much love and light, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.